What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Friday the 13th part 3. So this one has never been a go-to for me. I'm never like sitting around thinking, "Hey, gee, I want to watch Friday the 13th part 3." But you got to pay respect where respect is due. This movie is very important. Of course, people know this is the movie where Jason got his mask, and it's iconic for that. But other than that, there was a lot, a lot to like about this movie, and you know, I've never hated this one. It's just I've always been indifferent about it. It's just not one that I throw on a lot. But like I said, it's very important, and after rewatching it for the channel, I had a good time with it. I thought it was good. So yeah, is it one of my favorites in the franchise? Is it a go-to that I'm gonna rewatch over and over and over? Absolutely not. But is it a good movie? Is it enjoyable? I would say it is. For me personally, it is. So there you go. Yeah. So in terms of a plot summary, we have this girl, Chris, and her and a group of her friends. They go to her lake house. Like she's got like a little cabin, and once they're there, they start getting picked off by Jason. So this movie, I forgot to say this, but this movie is set a day after part 2. So yeah, Jason is roaming around. He kills these shop owners, and yeah, then he pursues Chris and her friends at her little cabin, at her little lake house, and yeah, they're like Chris, her friends, and then these bikers who basically, like, Shelly knocked down their bikes. They're trying to, like, get revenge. They're gonna like burn down the barn or whatever. Jason kills them as well. So basically, a bunch of people at a cabin are getting killed by Jason. So that is the basic plot summary. The first point that I want to get into is I really liked the depiction of Jason in this. So I talked about that in my previous review. In part 2, Jason seemed like a novice. He was clumsy. He was tripping over everything. He wasn't a seasoned pro. He wasn't like this force. He in part 2 you kind of get the feeling that Jason is almost as scared of his victims as his victims are of him. Like he's just bugged out. There he's like, there's people, there's people around. There's like, who are these random humans? Like he's just freaking out. He doesn't know how to like he can't comprehend what's going on. He's like, there's people. They're teenagers. They're at the camp. They probably killed my mom. Like he's bugging out, but he's kind of like he's just freaking out himself. Like he's kind of scared. He doesn't know what to do. In this, in part 3, Jason is a seasoned pro. Just he I don't know. He seems, like I said, he seems like a force. He's more intimidating. He's more of a brute in this. I like how in this one Jason is huge. Like he almost has like a hunchback vibe in this, but he's just like he's absolutely huge. He's just this towering figure, and he's just like, he's so tactful. He's like throwing knives, and he's like busting through windows. That's not really tactful, but he's just like, he's this very intimidating, extremely, I'm like stuttering, extremely scary force. Like if that guy, like if you're gonna, okay, if I could pick between part 2 Jason or part 3 Jason coming after me, I would definitely pick part 2, because part 2 he's more of like a regular sized guy. He's clumsy. Maybe I could get away. Part 3 Jason, I don't know if I could get away. So I think even though he was scary in part 2, like he was just leaps and bounds scarier in this one. And yeah, like I always like Jason to be on the bigger side in these movies. In terms of like the Halloween franchise, when they made Michael Myers big, like I like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I don't really like the first one, but like I don't like the fact that Michael Myers is so big in those movies. I like, you know, in like especially like the first two Halloweens, Michael Myers is short. He's just like a regular sized guy. That's what makes him scary, and I feel like that works for his character. But I always like Jason to just be like a hulking brute. Like he's just brute strength. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's just gonna like outmuscle you, and he's just get like he like just the fat like the image of him like running after you is extremely scary. Like he could just overpower you like it's nothing. So I always liked like a big Jason, and yeah, in this he's just like a hulking brute, and I love that. And it's kind of funny, like I talked about in my review of part two, that Jason seems kind of novice and stuff, and you know it's like his first foray into killing, so it's like he's still learning the ropes, he's still figuring it out. This is set a day later, and he's within a day he's become an absolute pro at killing. And not only that, he lost all his hair and he grew a foot. So maybe he went through like adult puberty. I don't know, but I'm here for it. I mean, it was basically just his glow up. It really was. So I mean, he got like, maybe he was just within that day. Maybe he hit some steroids. Maybe he hit up, you know, the gym. Maybe he shaved his head because he was, you know, just trying to look intimidating. I don't know, you know. And maybe he was training. Maybe he was I don't know, practicing killing people. Maybe he killed 50 other people between these movies just in one day. Maybe he speed ran killing 50 people for practice, and we just didn't see that. So I don't know. But yeah, I thought it's kind of like a funny transition from movie to movie where he's this like clumsy gentleman who he's scary, but he's not extremely intimidating. He's not the best at killing, and then just a day later, he's a seasoned pro. He's, you know, just a beast now. He's like absolutely huge. He just, I don't know. Maybe he was eating a spinach. I don't know. But yeah, he done growed up and glowed up. So shouts out to Jason for that one. Moving on to my next point. Okay, so in this movie compared to the second movie, I know I keep comparing them, but I mean I just watched part two, so it's fresh in my head. I'm gonna compare and contrast a little bit. So in this movie, I feel like the characters, and talking about part three, in part three, the characters were way more forgettable, and I really didn't I didn't care about them. Like they weren't really annoying, but they were just way more forgettable. I feel like in part two, the characters were a lot more memorable, a little bit more likable. They had like, even though it's a slash movie, they didn't have like a ton of depth. They had a little bit more depth and character in part two. In this one, the characters are more throwaways. Like even the final girl, I don't really like care about her that much. Like I don't want to see her die. I'm not one of those people who like root for Jason. That's not fun to me personally. Like I don't want to see her die. Like, I mean, the whole third act is good. Like she's like a worthy final girl. She's competent. She's strong. But I don't know. Like something about the characters in this, I don't find them nearly as memorable. And another thing too. So that's like a slight dislike. Another thing too is the location in this, I feel like, is not as strong. Part two, Packanack Lodge. Oh my goodness gracious! Like it just has that camp feel, and yeah, you just have all these kids hanging around camp. You have like a little bit more chemistry between the characters. But yeah, like Packanack Lodge, just it felt like a camp. You had like the whole campfire scene. You had Jason's shack. This one, it's just at some girl's cabin, and it still has that rustic, woodsy, you know, up north vibe, but I feel like, yeah, like in addition to the characters being less memorable in part three, I feel like the location isn't as strong as well. But with that being said, I feel like the kills in this are so good, and there's so many, and Jason himself, he's like front and center. You know, in the previous one, that was his first time as the antagonist. You know, it was kind of like a whodunit. It's like, who is killing? Is it Jason? Is it not? Is he just a legend? Like, what's going on here? And this one, like the cat's out of the bag. We know it's Jason, so he's front and center. Even like early on, he's kind of obscured, like before he gets his mask and stuff. But like I feel like in the second and third act, you see so much of him, and he steals the show every time he's on screen. I'm just geeking out. He's like I said, he's jumping through windows, he's chasing people, he's throwing knives. Like I really like that quick scene where he's like, where like Chris opens the barn doors and he's hanging. Oh my goodness, like that is so creepy. But yeah, Jason's front and center in this, and the kills are fantastic. So even though the location, the characters aren't as strong, just like this movie is worth watching for the kills and for Jason. This like it's way more of a Jason movie, if that makes sense. But since I talked about the kills, I'm gonna get into the kills, and then I'm pretty much gonna wrap things up. I don't have as much to say about this one, so like I said, the kills were fantastic. My favorite was the one where he shoots that girl with the spear gun. I mean, that was like beautiful, the way they shot it, the practical effects. It looked really good, and that's the first time, like when Jason walks out on that little pier. That's the first time we ever see him with the mask. I was just like, I feel like I realized it this time watching it. I'm like, man, that is so iconic. Like I was just like on some like nerd stuff. I was just like, oh my god, like this is such like a important, like it's like a quick little scene, but it's like so important just when he walks out. Like, and for his first appearance ever with the mask to be like that killed, like it's perfection. It's magical. So yeah, I really liked the spear gun kill. I liked Shelly's kill. Like his throat is just ripped f up. The effects on that were so great, and it was kind of like the boy who cried wolf thing, because he was pranking everyone, and they're like, okay, come on Shelly. I like that. Okay, all the bikers, the way that they got killed, the one guy who had his hand cut off, that looked so good. Like the biker who got his hand cut off and Shelly's like throat being all ripped up, those two kills probably had the best effects. Like those effects were top notch. Like they were insane. I was like, oh my goodness. And this was back in the day. This was back in the 80s. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. Like the effects were so top notch. They were beautiful. I liked the biker getting his hand cut off, but I liked all the bikers getting picked off in the barn with the farm equipment. That was super cool, and I like any time in a slash movie when the villain or the slasher like utilizes their environment, and it's like you have this barn, you have this farm equipment, you have pitchforks. Like you might as well use your environment, and that it really reminded me of in Halloween 5 when Michael Myers is picking off people in the barn. He's killing people with the scythe and stuff. That was great. I know people hate Halloween 5. I actually like it. I mean, when I've watched it as an adult, like I can see all the problems, but I don't know. That Halloween 5 has a special place in my heart, so I don't know. I like it, and I like, anytime like a killer is using like farm equipment. There's something about farm equipment. It makes for some great kills. So I really liked all the bikers kills, and then I mean you got to talk about the handstand. The handstand kill was pretty iconic. It's kind of almost like a cutaway at first, so you don't really see anything too crazy, but then you do see the aftermath. And I mean, instead of being cut down the middle, he's cut horizontally, but I don't know, like maybe Jason cut him horizontally after. I don't know, but that was gnarly. He got hit like right in the family jewels first. Like, oh my goodness, that would not be ideal. Like he probably got the I don't know. Like he got the instant vasectomy going on. Like that junk was probably the scariest kill. Not my favorite kill, but the scariest, just because like, I mean, he probably got his dick chopped off. To be honest, like Jason went like straight for the dick down. Like, whew, I don't even want to think about that. I don't know. I'm gonna vomit here. I'm getting queasy. I need to sit down. I am sitting down. I don't know. I need to stand up. I can't think. So yeah, that kill is super iconic. But I did really like the aftermath where he's like up in the rafters and he's he's cut in half. Even though, like, if Jason really did cut him like that, he would be like vertically cut in half. But what are you gonna do? I mean, that would probably been hard to do, and I don't know. It still looked really good. So yeah, that kill was super iconic. The only kill that I thought was kind of weak was the one guy, Chris's boyfriend, when he gets his head squeezed and his eyeball pops out. It's cool, like the concept, like the idea behind it is cool, like getting your head squeezed and your eyeball popping out. Actually, it's cool, but it is kind of, the way they do it, it is kind of like cheesy. Like, I mean, would your eyeball really pop out? Like, I know these movies aren't like super realistic, but most of the kills are pretty much, they're pretty much like based in reality. That one, it's just like kind of, it's like some cartoon shit. Like, oh, your eyeball pops out, and then it just looked so shitty. I mean, I know it's 1982, so you can't hate on it that much, but it's like you could see the wire. Like, that shit looked terrible. Like, it looked so bad. Like, you could just see the eyeball on the wire, and it's like you could see it went straight to a dummy head. Like, that was probably the only kill where I could have done without. But like I said, it was a cool concept. Maybe if they did it like less cartoonish, and I don't know, maybe they just didn't have the resources, because like some of the other practical kills look really good, but that at the time, with the resources they had, it was probably just hard to make that look super realistic. So yeah, that was the only kill that I didn't really care for. I keep like messing around with my bracelets. I don't know why I keep doing that. So that's why I keep looking down. But yeah, that was like the only kill that was like a little bit lackluster. But overall, the kills were great. Like I said, it's an iconic movie. It's the first movie Jason gets his hockey mask. I mean, the hockey mask, it's not just a staple of the franchise. Like, people have said this. I'm not saying anything new here, but I mean, it's at this point, it's like a piece of pop culture. I'm wearing it. I got the Jason mask on my necklace. I'm wearing a Jason belt with like Jason masks on my belt. Like, I mean, people are wearing, everywhere you go, like you'll see people wearing Jason t-shirts. People are wearing the hockey mask for Halloween. So I don't know. You gotta, even if this one, if you're not a fan of it, you do have to, if you're a fan of the overall franchise, if you're a horror fan, you gotta pay respect, you gotta pay homage, and you gotta recognize, like, this is an iconic movie. Part 2 is where it started, where Jason was the antagonist. Like, this is where he got his signature look, and you gotta salute, you gotta pay your respects to that. So yeah, that's recommendation. Even though this isn't one of my favorites, it's not a standout for me. It's not one that I am excited to rewatch. Like, I think it's good, and like I said, it's iconic. So it's not one of my absolute favorites, but it's not bad by any means. So I would definitely recommend it. You gotta check out Friday the 13th Part 3 at least once. Definitely a iconic movie. So yeah, that's been my recommendation, and that has been my review. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.